Welcome back to our channel. So now our topic of presentation is economic environment. So these are the topics that we are going to discuss in this presentation. So this is a part of the international business. So number one, what is economic? Then what is environment? Then structure of economy, various environmental factors, features of economic environment, components of economic environment, elements of economic environment, classification, then factors affecting economic environment, and at the last the objectives of economic environment. So these are the topics that we are going to discuss in this presentation. So first of all, kindly subscribe to my channel. I am a new YouTuber, so it will help me a lot. Thank you. So first come first. So man is a social animal. This is by Aristotle. So what does it mean? It means that we born and brought up and live until death in society. Obviously, we all of us know. So they performs economic activities to satisfy our unlimited needs with limited resources which have alternative uses. So basically the resources are limited in this universe. Even you have a large amount of resources, but at the end they are limited. There is nothing is called unlimited in this universe. So, the human life is influenced by many environmental factors like economic, social, political, cultural, religious, and natural. Then, what is economic? So, economic means pertaining to the production and use of income. This is our definition of economic. Then, main economic activities are money earning and spending. So, if anyone asks you about what is economic, it means all the money that you spend and earn throughout your life or get from your parents or anyone, just money involved, the flow of money, inflow and outflow, the money coming towards you and going outwards is called the economic activities. Then what is environment? So circumstances influences economic, natural, political, regulatory and technical factors that affect the survival, operations and growth of an organization is called environment. So this is called a definition of environment. Now, what is economic environment? Previously, I told you about the word definition, what does mean by economic and environment. Now, we have to combine both of them. Then, the economic factors which have the effects on the working of the business is known as economic environment. And it includes systems, policies, and nature of an economic trade cycles. The economic resources, level in income, distribution of income and wealth, all of them are called the economic environment, and their effect on a business is called the economic environment. Then, the economic environment represents the economic conditions in the country where the international organization operates. The economic environment refers to the aggregate of the nature of economic system of a country and the business cycle, the socio-economic infrastructure, etc. Then, the economic environment is very dynamic and complex in nature. It does not remain the same. It keeps on changing from time to time, which the changes in an economy like in government, policies, and political situation, etc. Then the structure of economy. So in understanding the impact of economic environment into international business, like if you want to go internationally, so you should know the structure of economy. So in modern economic phases are somewhat differently expressed by four degrees of activity. Number one is primary stage, then secondary, then tertiary, and last one is quaternary. These are the four stages in economic structure. So, what does you mean by a primary stage? It involves the extraction and production of raw materials such as corn, coal, wood, and iron. So, if you want to do your business in another country, or even if you're a student and you're preparing for your exam, so you must know what does mean by primary stage. So, the definition remains same. Either you do your business in a local country or in a foreign country. The primary stage includes like the production and the extraction of raw material. It deals with a raw material. Okay. Then the secondary stage, it involves transformation of raw materials or immediate materials into goods. So the conversion of raw material into goods is called a secondary stage. Okay. Then in tertiary stage, it involves the provision of services to consumers and businesses such as babysitting, cinema, and banking. So the tertiary stage includes the businesses and the services that you provide to your customers and consumers, like daycare center, mother center, babysitting, your banks, your finance departments, and the cinema. All of them are in tertiary stage. And last stage is quaternary stage. It involves the research and development needed to products from natural resources and their subsequent byproducts. So it is more complex, and the last stage, it involves the research. Okay. Then note, education is sometimes included in cautionary. So this is a very important and basic question. Where does education lies? In which stage of the economy? It lies in the last stage. Then the various environmental factors are the economic, socio-cultural, political, technological, demographic, international. And all of them affect the business and its working. So out of these factors, economic environment is the most important factor. Again, this is a very important question many interviewers ask and come in a paper from MCQ, a short question. Then what is the most important factor that affects the business? It is economic factor. Then we have a features of economic environment. So they are directly related to economic activities, impact of non-economic factors, impact of basic infrastructure, the impact of ideology of the people, availability of capital, economic disparities, economic planning, public morality, ideology of the Gotland economic system, and the directives of the government. Then we have components of economic environment. So the components are number one, income and wealth. So the income in an economy is measured by GDP, GNP, and per capita income. Okay. So high values of these factors shows a progressive economic environment. Then the second component is employment levels. So high employment represents a positive picture of the economy. Obviously, if there are more employment opportunities, more people working, then the GDP grows and it impacts a positive. Okay? And then, however, there are many forms of unemployment, including partial employment and disguise in unemployment. Then we have productivity. This is another component. So this is the output generated from a given amount of inputs. So there is an input and there is an output. From them, there is a generation, and this is called the productivity. So the high levels of productivity supports the economic environment. Then the elements of economic environment. So basically it has five main elements: the economic conditions, economic systems, economic policies, international global environment, and last one, economic registrations, like the laws and rules and regulations. Then the classification of economic environment. So there are two types of economic environment, micro and macro. So microeconomic means it includes the economic environment of a particular industry, firm or household, and it's primarily concerned with price determination of individual factors. The main consideration from a microeconomic perspective is the efficient allocation of resources, and this is necessary to maximize total output. Then we have macroeconomic. So it includes all the economic factors, totality. The main consideration here is the determinations of the level of income and employment in the economy. Okay. So over the course of 20th century, the focus has shifted from cities and countries to the global economy being the chief economic unit. So now the factors that affecting the economic environment are inflation and deflation, interest rate, exchange rates, and the monetary and fiscal policy. So inflation and deflation. So inflation deflation pressures alter the purchasing power of our money. This has a direct impact on the consumer spending, business investment, employment rates, government programs, and tax policies. Then we have an interest rate. So it determines the loss of borrowing and the flow of money towards business. Obviously, if the interest rate is higher, then there is a more flow of money. Then the exchange rate. This impacts the price of the imports, the profits made by exporters and investors, and employment levels. Then we have monetary and fiscal policy. So this helps in attaining full employment, price stability, and economic growth. This economic environment is also influenced by various political, social, and technological factors. These include a change in government and the development of the new technology and business tools. Then the last topic of this presentation is objectives of economic environment. So our objective is the proper functioning of an economy, knowledge of new opportunities and resources, study of environmental factors, removal of obstacles and challenges, optimum use of environment, and minimizing ill effects. So that's all from my side. This is my topic, economic environment, and the conclusion is like that this is the most important factor that affecting in your business. So if you are planning to do a business internationally, then you have to have a deeper knowledge about economic environment, their factors, their components, their elements, their objectives, advantages, disadvantages, all of them. So I tried my best to summarize this topic for you. So if you have any questions, then kindly comment me. Thank you.